Let's get right into it.
Number 7.
Picture this. You wake up and there's a tall, lanky shadow standing in the corner of your room, just watching. Not moving, not speaking, just existing, like a bootleg Slender Man who lost his day job. Your brain is still trying to remember which way is up, and suddenly you're negotiating with a darkness blob about whether you're about to die. This isn't just bad lighting or your cat being weird. It's called hypnopompic hallucinations. Basically, your brain half wakes before your body does. The part of your mind responsible for dreams is still running reruns, while the logical part is screaming, "Hey, stop projecting monsters onto the wall." So you get this mashup of dream logic and reality. The creepy part? Thousands of people across cultures report seeing the same thing. Humanoid figures made of pure shadow. Some just stand there. Others lean over you like they're about to check your taxes. And because your muscles are still locked in sleep paralysis, you can't move or scream. You're just stuck watching Shadow Steve audition for Paranormal Activity. Psychologists say it's your brain's way of interpreting incomplete visual information while panicking. But honestly, that doesn't help when you're paralyzed in bed, staring at the world's worst roommate.
Number 6.
The exploding bang. Imagine you're in the middle of the best dream. Maybe you're winning a Nobel Prize, or finally figuring out what Bitcoin actually does. Then, bam! A gunshot, a thunderclap, or an explosion so loud it feels like your brain just set off fireworks in your skull. You bolt awake, heart pounding, and realize, silence. Nothing happened. Your house is fine, your neighbors aren't fighting, and no, you didn't actually just get drafted into World War III. This charming nightmare fuel is called exploding head syndrome. It sounds like a terrible 80s B-movie, but it's real. Your brain misfires in the auditory processing center right as you're waking up, creating a deafening sound that doesn't exist. Basically, your neurons are like, "Oh, she's almost awake. Time to drop a bass cannon in her head." It's harmless, but your body reacts like you just survived a grenade blast. Instant adrenaline, racing pulse, sometimes even seeing a flash of light. Congratulations, you just had a panic attack sponsored by your own nervous system. And the worst part? It happens most when you're stressed or sleep deprived. So of course it waits until the week you're already on edge. Your brain's like, "Not sleeping well? Cool, let me throw in a fake bomb for fun." Thanks, brain. Love you too.
Number 5. The intruder illusion. You know that gut punch terror when you wake up and swear someone's in the room? You hear footsteps, see a silhouette, maybe even feel a presence breathing down your neck. Your body's frozen, your mind's screaming, and you're internally writing your obituary. Spoiler, there's no intruder, unless you count your overactive imagination, which, by the way, is a real jerk. This nightmare scenario is part of sleep paralysis hallucinations. When your brain's threat detection system is still half in dreamland, it fills in the blanks with the scariest possible answer. Obviously, there's a murderer. Thanks, evolutionary biology. Apparently, back in cave times, it was better to assume danger than nothing. Fast forward to today, and that instinct means your 3 a.m. brain mistakes your hoodie on a chair for a home invasion. What's really happening? Your amygdala, the panic button of your brain, is on full blast. Since you can't move, the fear feels magnified, and your mind whips up a shadow burglar who may or may not just stand there staring at you like an unpaid extra in a horror film. It's so common, there's a global name for it, the intruder. Doesn't matter if you're in Tokyo, Toronto, or Texas. Humans everywhere wake up to the same imaginary creep hanging out by the bed. It's like the worst international celebrity cameo.
Number 4. Falling through the void. Ever drift off only to suddenly feel like you've been shoved off a skyscraper? Your stomach drops, your arms flail, you jerk awake like you just lost the Olympics of sleeping? Congratulations! You've met the hypnic jerk. It's your body's way of saying, "Oops, did you want peace and quiet?
Nah, here's a fake death experience. Basically, your muscles relax as you're entering deep sleep, but your brain interprets that as falling, so it slams the emergency button, zaps your nerves, and jerks your limbs awake, like your nervous system just prank called itself. Evolutionary biologists think this reflex comes from ancient humans clinging to tree branches. If your grip loosened while snoozing, your body would jolt you awake before gravity did the rest. Romantic, right? You, in your cozy bed, reliving tree monkey survival instincts from 200,000 years ago. And sometimes it's not just the drop. People report vivid hallucinations of tripping, falling, or being pulled into darkness right before they wake. Your subconscious apparently has a subscription to nightmare amusement park rides. Sure, it's harmless, but nothing screams relaxing night's sleep like being jump-scared by your own spinal cord.
Number 3.
The suffocating weight. You open your eyes, can't move a muscle, and suddenly feel pressure on your chest, like something heavy is sitting on you. Your lungs are working overtime, your panic is rising, and the only logical thought is, yep, this is how I die. Welcome to one of the oldest sleep paralysis hallucinations, the chest demon. Cultures worldwide have names for it. In Scandinavia, they called it the Mara, a nightmare spirit. In Japan, it's Kanashibari. In Brazil, it's a witch squatting on your rib cage. For centuries, people believed demons or evil spirits literally sat on them at night, squeezing the air out of their lungs. And honestly, in the moment, science doesn't feel like a better explanation. What's happening? When your body's paralyzed in REM sleep, your breathing naturally slows. But your half-awake brain notices the heaviness in your chest and freaks out. Mix in a vivid hallucination, and suddenly you're starring in a paranormal possession film. Some people even see a figure sitting on them, an old hag, a monster, or some faceless weight that feels way too real. Your rational brain wakes up 5 minutes later like, relax, it was just muscle atonia. But during it, forget logic. You're just hoping the ghost pays rent if it's going to live on your sternum.
Number 2. The doppelganger glitch. Ever wake up, look around your room, and see yourself? Yup, some poor souls report opening their eyes only to spot a copy of themselves standing nearby. Sometimes the double is just staring. Sometimes it's smiling. Sometimes it moves. Because apparently your brain thinks, why not add a horror movie clone cameo to your morning routine? This bizarre phenomenon is linked to autoscopic hallucinations, where your brain messes with body image processing. The parietal lobe gets confused between me and not me, and suddenly you've got an evil twin who didn't even knock before showing up. Historically, seeing your double was considered a bad omen. Folklore says it meant death, disaster, or at least a really awkward day ahead. Modern neuroscience says it's your brain blending dream imagery with real surroundings during the fragile wake-up moment. But let's be real. If you wake up and see your own face smiling back at you from across the room, science is not the first thing you're thinking. The punchline? You don't need horror movies when your subconscious can just spawn a clone who may or may not be plotting identity theft.
Number 1. The voices that aren't there. You're almost awake, drifting back into reality, when you hear it. Someone whispering your name, or maybe it's laughter, or a full-blown conversation happening right beside your bed. You sit up, heart racing, ready to file a noise complaint against ghosts, but nothing. Silence. This is the auditory hallucination side of waking up. Your brain is still half in dream audio mode, replaying snippets of voices, sounds, or even music while you're already conscious. The result? A terrifyingly realistic moment where you swear there's a stranger in your room. Some people hear footsteps, others hear their mom calling them. And some unlucky ones, they get sinister whispers right in their ear. Sleep? Ruined. Neurologists explain it as your auditory cortex glitching during the sleep-wake crossover.
But to your lizard brain, it feels like intruders, ghosts, or poltergeists auditioning for surround sound. And nothing gets you out of bed faster than phantom voices convincing you you're not alone. Basically, it's your brain being a bad roommate again, replaying creepy audio clips with no warning. Because who needs Spotify when your neurons provide free nightmare playlists? That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.